I've heard that life is what you make it. I say make room to grow. I'm your host, LaWanda Dockery, and this is the Make Room to Grow podcast. It all started with a dream about growing food, and who would ever imagine that growing food would lead to me learning about personal growth and development? Well, it did, and I want to bring you along for this beautiful ride. Thank you so much for joining me. Hello, Grow Nation. I hope this finds you well. And I wish I could say I hope you're going to get your hands dirty in the garden this weekend, but it's starting to get a little bit chilly, guys. Now, I love the fall. This is my favorite season of the year. I would have been born in this season if I had waited long enough and I wasn't a preemie. But I love the fall. I love the leaves. I love the turning of the leaves. I love the smell, the crisp air. There's nothing like the fall, guys. But I digress. Back to the garden. There are plenty of things that I would have liked to have grown this season, mainly my greens, and I slacked off on them, y'all. But anyway, we're going to get into this episode. We have part 2 of Two Can Play That Game. I have Doc back, and I want to ask him some questions. Okay, Doc, so I know we are in the cleanup phase, I would say, in our gardens, respectively. You in the raised bed, me with the containers in the back porch. Where are you? I don't want to fully speak for you.
Well, like you said, right now we're in the our cleanup stage. I just pulled the my infamous string beans and put those in the compost. Also in cleanup, had to pull the okra plant. My local buddy, my local rodent that stays underneath the shed came out and he ate up the leaves that were on my sweet potato plant. Me and him have a special relationship. He's like the barometer out there. He comes out, eats my sweet potato leaves, and when they all grow back, I can tell that they're still in the growing process. Got some Swiss chard out there that I got to check on. Got the zucchini that you gave me to check on. My loofah, oh man, I'm really taking a hit with this loofah. I mean, it seemed like it's that I got too cold for it to produce. Shit is gonna have to go back and start that next season because I want to see what the loofah plant looks like. The strawberry has kind of taken over the garden. It's really running, man. It's running for Jesus, man. It's really out there running, taking over the bed. So that's kind of where we are right now.
Only you would say your strawberry plants are running for Jesus. But yeah, you also forgot to mention the jalapenos as well. They are thriving out there. And you still have more cayennes. And I guess eventually we'll clean everything up and I'll help you do yours. You'll help me do mine. But tell me more about this arch nemesis you have out there, this little neighborhood local rodent that's living under the shed. What's up with that? What is it?
You know, it's funny that you even asked me about that. I was just talking to my mother tonight, mentioning to her that this rodent doesn't come out unless I'm away from the house. He seems to know when I'm not here. You know, when I'm not here, he'll come out, he'll look at you, kind of mock and play with you. But he knows in his heart, I don't know if it's my smell, my sense, whatever it may be, but he knows when I'm not home. And when he comes out, he has a specific diet. He only eats from my bed is the sweet potato leaves. Now, I've been told that there's some type of nutrients in the sweet potato leaves or there's something in the leaves, and he's got a keen sense because that's the only thing this dude will eat out of my bed is the sweet potato leaves.
And we think it's a groundhog. We don't know quite what it is. For the longest time, I was running around calling it a beaver, but it's a groundhog, we think. It has babies, definitely, because the one I saw today that ran away from the bed eating the sweet potato leaves was a smaller one, and they won't go anywhere. We've called animal control. I have to get a special service to come out and trap them. So that's a project for next year. But this is what we're dealing with out here in this garden. As good as you try to plant something that's good for you and it's healthy, you also have to contend for your harvest as well, or you won't have it. So just 2 more things before we close this out. I want you to speak to what are some of the things that you think may hinder people from getting involved with gardening in the first place? And what are some reasons why they should get involved?
I don't know what the real reason is people don't garden. I know a good friend of mine, when we were in school, he tried to, we had a project where they gave you the seed, they gave you the dirt, and you had to try to grow something, and nothing germinated for him, nothing manifested for him. So when I think people don't see instant results, that might be a hindrance, or they may just be afraid to get their hands dirty. One reason why I believe people should garden is because it's healthy for you. I mean, I love outside of the food being healthy for me, I love the process of watching a thing start from seed and putting it in the ground, and the information that you pick up as you're going through and learning how to garden.
Last thing, what do you see in terms of our expansion? This year, we ventured off the back porch and we went into the yard in the raised bed. What do you see us growing into next year and beyond?
I can see us adding another raised bed. I definitely want to add another raised bed back there. I'm going to do some removal. I know you don't like that word, but I'm going to do some removal to make some more space out there. Also, I think I want to do the community garden again. I think we got to pay more attention to the details and what they offer, what they don't offer. But I do definitely want to do that. And also talking to one of the ladies at the church, she mentioned that we should start thinking more of monetary wise with this stuff. So I'm going to look to see what we can grow to monetize. So that's one thing. The raised bed, more visible in the community garden, and figure out what we can start to monetize with these vegetables.
You know how we always close, guys, that I want you to be intentional about those areas in your life where you are going to make room to grow. But I want to just point out that if you don't submit these plans to Jesus, if you don't get your direction from Jesus, then being intentional is just futile. So go to Jesus, get your plans, and then be intentional about those areas in your life where you are going to make room to grow.